Assalamu alaikum and hello everyone. This is Hiba, Campus Ambassador Circle, and I warmly invite you all in the workshop Introduction to Computing Enterprise. Let me introduce first Circle and its initiative to you all. Circle's Pakistan mission is to advance women economic participation and empowerment through entrepreneurship ideas, the leadership, advocacy, workshops, researches, and campaigns. Cycle supports the entrepreneurial and leadership capacity of women and youth in Pakistan to bring economic growth and social change. There are several initiatives by Circle, and out of them, Tech Karo, She Loves Tech, and Elevate are the major initiatives. This year, Circle's aim is to reach 10,000 girls and women under the umbrella of She Loves Tech with the collaboration of HBL, UNDP, and Friedrich Naumann Foundation for Freedom. Its ambitious goal is to believe in themselves and explore their dreams using technologies and entrepreneurship. And the workshop that you are going to attend and learn something informative is supported by Friedrich Naumann Foundation for Freedom. The aim of FNFF is to contribute to the enhancement of soft skills in the fields of entrepreneurship, business management, strategic communication, business leadership, and responsible citizenship. And I hope this workshop will be really, really helpful for you all. And now introducing the trainer to you all. Our trainer for the workshop Introduction to Enterprise Computing is Phila Dlamini. She is a MEAZ developer advocate at IBM. She manages and owns the Africa Linux One Community Cloud. She works with IBM clients and business partners. She is member of IBM Academy of Technology and MEA Women in Tech 2. She has been a guest speaker at all the prestigious universities of South Africa. Phila graduated at Rhodes University and was a SAP consultant before she worked for IBM. We cordially welcome you, Phila, in this workshop and hope it will be a very good session that you will be conducting.
Thank you. Hello, guys. How are you? My name is Phila Dlamini. I'm a manager for Linux One Community Cloud here in South Africa. And I'm sure you're wondering what is Linux One or IBM Z. So every time you check your balance on your phone, right? So you get those SMSs updating you on your balance. It's a mainframe working in the background. When you're booking a ticket, so you're planning on going somewhere, a mainframe is working in the background. Even when you're searching on Google, right? And you maybe search a word on the search engine, and it takes those seconds and it tells you how many pages it has. That's just an example to show you that it's faster than that, because a mainframe does or processes transactions per second. So it processes thousands and thousands or billions per second. So you normally use your mainframe in any day, right? And or especially in a lot of countries, banks use a mainframe to process their transaction. And the top 90% of the companies, the Fortune 500 companies, actually use a mainframe in the background. So it's very modern. It has all the features that you can think of. And when it comes to the whole world, we have a huge skill shortage when it comes to mainframe, Linux One, and open source skills. So today I'll be asking you to do master the mainframe. I'll guide you. I'll ask for maybe one volunteer that will show their screen, so we can all go through the same pace. So let me tell you a bit of Master the Mainframe. Master the Mainframe is a competition that is held by obviously IBM, and because they know there's a huge skill shortage when it comes to IBM Zim. So what happens there is the first level is just you to understand, just to navigate through the system, right? It's just understanding every time you complete a level, you get points, and maybe understand just the basics of mainframe. And in level 2, we'll then start working on Virtual Studio. I'm sure some of you have worked on Virtual Studio before, but and then at some point we'll be using the community cloud, we'll be using Python and so forth, right? So if you complete level 1, you get IBM then donates money to the UN fund. So children are being fed by you completing level 1. So there's no badge for that. But if you complete level 2, that's when you get a badge. So even if you tag me on LinkedIn and say, hey, I've passed this, right? All the people that have employment on IBMZ in their company, they will then think of you, especially then if you complete level 3. So even with level 2, there's a competition that you get into, and then you can win a gift voucher worth a few dollars, right? Which is amazing. But obviously, it's 45 vouchers per. So every day, maybe every few days, then they'll give out that. But the last level is amazing because then IBM takes you to all the IBM events. You get to meet employees, people that might employ you. You get a T-shirt, a limited edition T-shirt. If you wear that shirt, it shows that you are the boss, because level 3 asks you to show your understanding, right? It's not about you just following the instructions that are there. You can use any open source or any technology that you are familiar with to make it work or make it showcase it on the IBM scene. And so you get points from there, and obviously a badge and all those perks. And but potential employees will hire you just because you've actually gotten them. So we take 2 per region. Yeah, right. So Mia will take 2 and so forth, and Pakistan also would get their 2 and so forth, right? So that's amazing. So I'll ask for, if you guys have any questions, what I'll do is I'll share on the chat some links where, let me just see, there are some chats here already. Okay, so that's okay, cool. That's something different with regards to the attendance. So what I'll do is on the chat, unfortunately, just please excuse me. This morning I tried logging in, and I think IBM just blocked Zoom for some time, and that's because of the features. So I updated my laptop, and all the Mac updates just blocked Zoom for some reason, and it does take a while for me to sort that out. So I'll be using my phone to maybe talk or walk you through it, which should be fine, right? Because I don't have any presentation, but I'm just explaining this because I know that I probably look different on the phone, or maybe not as professional. So I'll ask for one volunteer, and in the meantime, I'll try and copy all the information that I want to share with you. So the links of all, so let's say you want to pursue a career in IBMZ, or maybe you want to learn more, right? So I'll share all the links that we have. In fact, when it comes to academics or universities, we have a link for them. So you just register using your details, you put your university, and then on that link, we have different topics or modules that you can study, and then at your own pace. And once you've completed them, you get a certificate, a badge that you can show on LinkedIn, your CV, since you would want to update your CV, right? Because in this time, in this day and age in IT, me included, I'm always learning new trends in IT, and always updating my CV and just updating my skills, because you all know when it comes to IT, there's just a lot of technology out there that you need to keep up to date, and you want to know most of them so you can be relevant when it comes to your career, right? I think I saw a question or maybe a comment. So I'll just ask for a volunteer from the guys, if anyone can just volunteer. If I do come to Pakistan at some point, I will obviously give that person some goodies. Am I getting a volunteer? So what you're doing is I've shared the on the chat, I shared the link, right? www.masterthemainframe, right? And so anything that you're doing, I'll be directing you. You don't have to know you have done it before. And the whole reason why I'm asking you to do it is if I do it, obviously I'm using my phone right now, which is going to be even worse, right? But if I was to do it, I was going to go on a faster pace because I've been doing it, but also if you're doing it and completing it, then other guys can complete it at the same level. If you make mistakes, they're probably making the same mistakes. Is there any volunteers? Fatima? Now I'm choosing people on the chat. Can you volunteer? Mohammed? Anyone? Don't be shy. So we can start with our Master the Mainframe training. Any volunteers, guys? Okay. So someone is saying that my voice is not okay. Cool. I will repeat. That's fine. Thank you for letting me know. So I don't know where to start. Did I lose you from the beginning when I was trying to introduce myself, or when I was trying to talk about master mainframe? Can you just let me know? Is it much better now? Is it much better now?
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay. Okay, so let me start from the
Yes,
beginning.
yes,
It's fine.
it's much.
I'm so sorry about that. So my name is Phila
Okay,
Dlamini,
okay.
right? I manage the master mainframe. So I manage the Linux One machine. We have one here in South Africa for MIA, meaning all other countries are also included. So what IBM decided to do is, because they saw there was a huge skill shortage when it comes to IBM Z, Linux One, and open source, they have two machines dedicated for these skill shortage. So one in the US and one here in South Africa for the rest of the world, right? So these machines are for obviously clients, business partners, and ISV will use them to do proof of concepts. But we as developers, universities will use the same machines to get our skills, like to obviously learn skills on them. So you're working on a machine that is enterprise, meaning all the other companies are using the same machine. And that's the reason why we also did that, is because regardless of having or working at the bank, right, where there is a machine, a mainframe, you will not have access to a machine or a mainframe. And that's because it runs most critical workloads, your transactions. And so you don't want anyone to be learning on those machines because they can break something, and at the end, the company would lose a lot. So we have the same machines in Johannesburg and one in the US, and those are for the same reason. So I work for IBM worldwide, and my role is to talk about IBM Z, Linux One, and open source, to make sure that the skills when it comes to IBM Z and Linux One and open source, I help or educate people on that, right? So you might think that you're not using IBM Z on your daily every day, but every time you get an SMS or you're booking a flight, a mainframe is working in the background. So I think what else did I miss is about master mainframe. So today we'll be doing master mainframe, and the whole course is about us getting skills out there when it comes to IBM Z. And so if you complete level 1, you get to understand. We just wanting you to understand just the navigating of IBM Master Mainframe, your virtual studio, how you complete level 1. But you'll see this when we do it. And by you completing level 1, IBM then feeds 2 kids on your behalf, right? So they donate money for that. And then if you complete level 2, then there's a voucher, there's a competition that you get into, and you could win that voucher, right? Worth $500 US. And by you completing level 2, you get a badge. So we won't complete level 2 today because it's 16 hours. But what I'll do is I'll make sure that we do all the intro or all the hard stuff that you might struggle by yourself. So when you want to complete like level 2, you'll be able to by yourself. And then level 3, you get a t-shirt. And also, we choose 2 people from each region to go to IBM events, right, where you can meet potential employers, people that can employ you. But also, you get that limited edition T-shirt that you could wear anywhere, and you'll be recognized that you are, doing so well, and you can also get employment. So every time you complete level 2, you can tag me on LinkedIn, and potential people can see you that want those skills, right, in your country also. So what I'll say, the next thing I want to say is I want to share on the link, on the chat, is some of the educational systems, right? So if you use the academic link, you just put your university, and there you can get different courses, your security, your IBMZ training, and then you get a badge. So we have these offerings that we have for academics, so people in the universities. I also have, so if you're more interested in IBMZ, you can see on the links, it will show you push badge you can get, and you can get potential employment. So I'll stop there with regards, unless there's some clarity that you need from me. So I'll ask for someone to maybe volunteer the screen. And the reason why I would like you to volunteer sharing the screen is it would be easier for everyone to follow if I can see your screen, or they can see your screen and you working through it. So what you'll need to do is just go to the link that I've shared previously. So there's www.masterthemainframe.com, right? So we all go to that link, and I'll then ask you to share your screen. So from you sharing your screen, we can all, I can show you how to register. And it's not like you'll be doing everything by yourself. I'll be directing you. It's just that I'm using my phone, unfortunately, so I can't use my screen, but also I would have gone through it differently, whereas with you, we want to see how you would understand it, and if you make any mistakes, most probably other people are also making the same mistakes. So can I get a volunteer to share their screen for me, please? Okay, she reshare the link. Okay, cool. So were you guys able to hear me this time? Much better. Okay. So I've shared the link again. So I'll give you a moment, right? And then I'll ask. Okay, so there's someone who's sharing the screen. Thank you so much. So you go to master the mainframe. So you go to master the mainframe. So if I do come to Pakistan, hopefully next year with all the COVID stuff gone, I will come. Maybe we can share details, and then I'll give you some goodies, right, for sharing your screen. So you go to master the mainframe. You go to master the mainframe. At the bottom, there's get started. Can you see at the bottom there? Not so far. Just scroll up a bit. Scroll up. Go scroll up. Yes. So there's more information there about the IBMZ event that we held. Scroll up. 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 Yes. Yes. Thank you. So this is just your information. So let us know at any point. Let us know if we're going too fast, because we do have an hour and 30 minutes left, but I think we'll be able to do the topics that are quite complex in a way, right, for your understanding. So just put your information there, your email address.
हाँ अटेंडेंस लग गई वीडियो तेरी चल रही थी
So Zubair, if you can just mute yourself. I think it's the noise is coming from your side.
जुबैर भाई आप अपना स्पीकर बंद करें प्लीज.
Yeah, so if you check your email, you get a code. So go to that email address and you'll be able to find the code from there. So the nice thing about Mastering Mainframe is it's working with open source. So you'll find like your Python. It's working with all the modern stuff, right? That you would think that mainframes would probably not use, but it is. And I think that's the most exciting thing about the challenge for this year. So you can click on continue. Okay, so on the first screen, it will show you two challenges. So each one you complete, you get points. So the first one is telling you about a workshop that we had when we launched Master Mainframe this year. And so if you want to go through it later, you can. But now, because we want to do the competition, we'll go to the register for Master Mainframe Learning Services System, right? So you click on that one. Thank you. Right, and then just scroll down so I can see. So here it's just still some admin stuff. So you can just click on MTM workshop at the bottom. How did you hear about Master Mainframe? Yeah. And then if you want to hear about these, it's up to you. Yeah, so just click complete and then you'll see you get points for that. Right. and then you close it. So every time you complete it, you close, just refresh, so you can get the next challenge. So even if you click on show them now, yes, so you can just refresh and see. Okay, and then you go to level 1, just select level 1. I hope everyone is following. If you're struggling at any point, or maybe you're feeling that you're behind, just stop us and let us know on chat. I think this works great if people are very interactive, because then they'll will be able to understand where they are. Okay, so select 1.0.
Phila, do you want me
Yes.
to share the remote control rights with you so that you can work? Or is it okay this way?
No. It's great this way, because it's good that you're doing it, so you can understand what you're doing, rather than me completing yours. And no, it's fine. Okay. So you click on so here it's telling you about level 1, and it's telling you that you know, there are some instructions. You can click on go there, right? So what it's saying there is just every time you complete, so you don't have to watch the video. So it's just telling you every time you complete the level and you update, the next one will showcase. You can watch it at your own time if you feel that you're missing something. But let's go back to it. Go back to the one that we were in. So the other tab. Yes. So click on watched it, right? Okay, yes, click on watched it. Yes. So then it will give you other points and so forth. And then you close it and you update. Just click on update again. Then level 1.2 should show. So 1.1, then there's 1.1. Can you see 1.1 there? Sorry, I'm a bit ahead. 1.1, then you open it, right? And you just scroll down and you see, scroll down again. So here there are some videos. Because of time, we are not going to watch these videos, but I would suggest that you do watch them, especially if you want to learn more about LPARS, virtualization, because I think you do need to understand those regardless of mainframes and whatever, because these are the things that you would need to understand, right? So just click on cool, tell me more. So they're asking you a question there. Firstly, they're asking you a question about LPAS. Can you see just below? Yes. So obviously they're telling you what LPAS stands for, and they're asking you for a wrong answer. You've never been asked for a wrong answer in any test, right? So you can write, you know, anything that you think LPA can stand for, right? Obviously, you need to make sure that everything that you do on these systems is, you know, appropriate, because they check the system, and if you put anything inappropriate, then you could get into trouble or blocked. So you can just write IBMZ there, or whatever you think that is fine, because it doesn't really have to be a correct answer. Yeah, right. And then you click on cool, tell me more. Right, and it still gives you points. Yeah, and then you click on update again, close that, and you update again. So now you can get the next level. Is everyone still following? I'm not losing anyone. And you don't have any questions. If you do, please let me know on chat. I like explaining. I feel it's very important for everyone to, if you're attending an event, that you follow. And I always try and make sure that everything is simple. So, or maybe make it as clear as possible, so you don't feel like it's a waste of your time. So please let me know on chat. I would like it to be as interactive as possible. So now we're doing 1.2. So this is I think the most important tab, because it has your login details, your username and your password. So I'll ask you to please write down your user ID. So everyone's user ID is different, and password. So the system already created one for you. So just write it down on a piece of paper. I know we like writing things on our notepad on the laptop, but in this case, they want you to write on a piece of paper, because when you're working on Virtual Studio, you can't navigate through other systems, unfortunately. So you write it down. Your user ID is Z for yours, Z, and that O that you might think it is, it's not. So everything there is now a letter. So it's Z0. So just make sure that it's 0, and then 4.2 and 4.6. And that is for the person that is showing their screen. So everyone will have a different one. It will be Z something else. But every time you see an O, just make sure that it's a 0. And in the password for you, then have you written down everything?
Yeah, I have.
Cool. Okay, so this one is very important. You still have, you'll be able to open this, go back to it at any time. But for the case of us doing the hands-on, we just need her or you to write it down. And if you have any problems with it, then you can just reset it, right? Can you see the link there? But now what we'll be doing is going through the instructions. So now we are asked to install stuff, do all these things. And this is where you get the instruction. Can you see where it's written, grab the challenge instructions here? There's a here. So yeah, right click there. Or maybe open a new tab, yes. Okay, someone is saying, can we redo the challenge once we completed it? Yes. So what you, Samar, is once you've completed the challenge, you'll see. I'll show you once she's done with downloading this. But you can always go to completed challenges, and if you want to just understand it better, you can. So now it took us here, right? And then if you scroll down, it allows us to download this PDF. So this PDF is the one that we'll be using to do all the, some of the challenges and complete them, and so forth. There's more, right? And then some, Nisha is saying level 1 is appearing only. So we, Nisha, we are on level 1. So if you select level 1, right, and then you start with the first one, which is a 1.0, then you go to it, and at the end there's always something called either watch it or complete it or cool next, and then it's to start adding points. And then you close it. You need to refresh for you to get to the next level. Nisha, let me know if you're still having challenges with that, or maybe 1.2 is not showing, so we can see what's going on. Okay. So is the PDF document downloaded?
Yeah, let me just open that out.
Yes. Okay, cool. So I just want everyone to see the PDF document. And so now in the document, we've been asked to install Node.js and Virtual Studio. If you already have any Virtual Studio, then there's no need for you to complete it, right? To install it again. So there it goes, right? Can you see? It gives you a link for you to install Node.js and Virtual Studio. So what I'll do with you, the person that's helping me present, sorry, I didn't get your name. I just have a woman circle here, is
Here.
I'll direct, yeah, sorry? So what I'll do,
Omar.
Omar, okay. So what I'll do, Omar, is I will just direct you. You won't have to go back and forth from the PDF, and everyone also can just follow us. We don't need to, because it does take an hour for you to complete this, but because obviously we've been doing it for quite some time, we can just do it as quick as possible, right? So in the meantime, can you just install your Node.js and your Virtual Studio using the links on the top? Is it installing? So select that either the latest one, 14.14.
Yeah, it's installing.
Okay, so now go back and install, go to the link for the Virtual Studio. Can you see it? Yes. Then you choose it according to your machine. Yes. There we go. Okay, cool. So I'm assuming everyone is at the stage where they're downloading Node.js and Virtual Studio. So what we'll do is we'll go back to our levels. So everyone, if it's already installing, just because we don't want to wait for it to start downloading up until it's finished, we'll carry on with the levels, right? So go back to level 1.2 that you're in. So then the second tab the second one. Yes. So just scroll down. So you'll see if you go and close it and say complete, it won't go away. So just click on complete at the end.
I did. It's not going further anywhere.
Just refresh your browser. Yeah, there it goes. Yeah, cool. So once it's given you your points, you just close it and now refresh again. So I think it's Nisha who was asking me about how it, it's can we read, it's summer. So if it's asking you, well, he or she was asking me if you can do the level again. So if you look at this, your screen, can you just scroll down? We can't see at the bottom a bit. Yes, scroll down. So you just refresh, click on show them now, or refresh it in the tab. It's up to you. Yeah. So what's happening, Samar? Remember, scroll up a bit. Can you see at the top, it says available, waiting, and completed. So if you click on completed, you will find the ones that you've completed, and then you can always go through them if you want to, right? If you click on available now, yes, thank you. If you click on available now, can you see, guys, before everything we completed and we closed, it will go to completed, but the 1.2 is still there. And the reason why it's still there, is still available, is because it has the password and your username, right? So now we're doing 1.3, and we're doing this, we could go and start Virtual Studio, but the reason why is we're allowing everyone with either slow internet and whatever to be able to get to the point where they've installed their Node.js. So for everyone else, it's your time right now to install your Node.js and your Virtual Studio. So please click on level 1.3. Scroll down. So here it's still teaching you about, some features of mainframe, and you can just click there. It wants you to tell them how you're feeling, right? Are you excited? Enough talking, whatever you feel, then you select it and then you click on complete. Wow, that's good. We have some very passionate people. So mark it down, select mark it down. Great. So now you've completed level 1, but they still want you to, get the highlights of you completing it, right? So if you refresh again, you'll get 1.4. So select 1.4. So here you just, I think it's just giving you points for you to understand, and also some information, right? So remember when people, someone was asking if you can go back, remember with the ALPA, the video that the virtual studio or virtual stuff that they were talking about virtualization, and you couldn't watch it because we are doing this, you can go back at any time. So scroll down and just click on let's keep rolling, right? So here they just making you aware that you've completed your level 1 and you've gotten all your points. And that's good, right? Because now you can get to feed those 2 kids. So if you look at the side, there's a leaderboard. So you can see where you are as a leader, but you know, you can be the top 10 if you want to, if you complete more. There's also a lot of training in this Influitive website, your COBOL and so forth. Whatever you want to learn, you would find here when it comes to IBMC stuff, right? So now we click on back to challenges. Can you see back to challenges at the top? Yes. So it should show level 2 now. Can you see level 2? Yes. So what we'll do is we'll stop there and we just open our virtual studio and our Node.js where we install it, right? We set it up on our laptop. So I'm hoping by now everyone was able to download Node.js regardless of your internet being slow or fast and your virtual studio. So now we're just opening them and we're setting them up. Then we'll start doing the different challenges. Okay, so I'm thinking that you're opening your, it's just that we can't see. You're setting up your virtual studio.
Yeah, I am. I think it's just
Okay.
going to take a little bit time.
Okay, cool. So is everyone able to install their virtual studio and their Node.js? Okay, cool. Okay, so while you're doing that, so what we'll be doing on the data set, right, is we'll install Zoe. So Zoe is an open source platform from mainframe. So you it's connecting you to your Zoe extension, then you're opening the IBM Z Open Editor and you're putting that extension on your virtual studio. So from there, you're calling datasets from a mainframe. So then you'll be asked to submit jobs. So that's how they'll rate you, or how they will be able to see that you've completed a specific level by you submitting these jobs. So each task they will ask you to submit something. So I'm waiting for Amma to open her virtual studio so we can start. But it's also giving you some time to open it or set it up.
Can you see the virtual studio?
No, I think you shared your browser.
Let me just share it again. Yeah.
Your screen. Yes, great. Is everyone else, are we on the same page with everyone else on the call? Aisha, how's it going? Fatima, Mohammed, Salma, Samira. Are you all on the same page? Can we carry on from here? Yes, no. So Fatima says no, or yes, yes, no. Fatima, can we carry on? Was your virtual studio set up and you can open it now? You're very quiet. Okay. Adele, how's it going? No, I'm not able to download. I couldn't find the link. Oh, okay, great. So Samira says they couldn't find the link to installing your Virtual Studio or your Node.js. So you find these links on the PDF documents. Did you see when you opened level 1.2, and then it said instructions are here, and if you clicked on that here, then it will take you to another well, open another tab, right? And from there, then it wants you to install a PDF document. So on that PDF document, then you can start installing. So what I'll do is, even though you would get it in the same page, right, in the same document, I'll try. It's just a bit hard for me to navigate through my laptop, and if someone can you just share the link for the Virtual Studio and Node.js so everyone else can be able to install? Yeah. Okay. Just give me a moment. Was it only Samira who wasn't able to get the links and install Virtual Studio? Aisha, Mohammed, Nisha, Nabira, Salma. How's it going, guys? Were you able to install? So it is taking a while for me to send the links. So let's give them a few minutes to get it from the PDF, but I'll also share it. If someone has a links close by, can you share it on your on the chat? Because for me, it's becoming a bit of a challenge to navigate from a laptop to the phone. Amma, can you share the links to the Virtual Studio download?
Done.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, so you find it on the chat, right? So we'll carry on because of time. Okay, thank you, Fatima. Great, cool. So once you open, so am I assuming that it's only Fatima and Samira who didn't get the links? Everyone else is fine. Can we carry on? Because if we carry on and it's just the two of us that are on the same page, then obviously we're just working to just the two of us. How's it going, guys? Anyone else following us? Is in anyone just following us or at the same page? Aisha, Mohammed, Nabir, Nisha, Rabia, Rihan, Salma. Let's see. Okay, so Fatima and Sonia and Samira saying thank you. I don't know if they're saying thank you because of the links, so they were not following. Okay, so this is recorded. We will carry on because I'm not getting a response from you, so I'm not sure where you are, but we will carry on. Okay, so what happens here? So I'll just let you know, Amal, so we can I can direct you better. Is from the beginning. If you look at your tabs, we'll be working on the last one. So can you see? There's this copy one, right? And then there's this one that has like a magnific a glass, right? And then there's this other one. Yeah. Then the next one, that's the source control. Then the next one, right? That's for run, and then the last one. So we'll be working on the last one all the time, okay? So the last one is extensions. So right now, we want to add extensions. We want to add your Zoe. So if you write ZOWE, remember I said we'll be working on Zoe, and then WE is, so there's Zoe. So you click on install. Then we look for the next one. So the next one is IBM Z, space Z. Yes, that one. Yes, the open editor, you install it. So I'm sure you can see now that we've installed the extension for Zoe, below the extension tab, there's a Z, the slanting Z. Can you see it? Just below this extension one. On the tabs, remember the ones that I said we must go through?
I can't.
So that side, the other side on your left, yes. Scroll down. That's Z. Can you see that Z? Okay, can you see the tab? Okay, can you see the thing with the 3 blocks, right? And there's one that is trying to escape from them. On your left. Yes, below that there's a Z for Zoe. Can you see it? Yes, that one. Great. So we'll be working here, right? So is everyone able to click on that Z? Cool. So we'll be using this all the time. So now we'll start with the data set. So if you click on that plus sign, can you see the plus sign next to data set? On top? Let's go up. Yes, the one on top with data sets. So now you're under Unix. Yes, there's a plus. Okay, wait a bit. Okay, so if you go next to data set, if you just move your mouse next to data set, the word data set, can you see the word data set? I don't know if your mouse is moving. I'm the one who's not seeing it, but if you move it next to data sets, you should see a plus. You were able to see it before. Your mouse is not moving for some reason. Maybe there's internet problems on my side. I'm not sure.
All right, I'm back. So what do we do next?
Oh, we can't see a screen right now. We can't see a screen right now. Can you hear me? Amma, can you hear me?
Yeah, let me just share my screen.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool. So if you can you see that data set? Yes, scroll down. No. So I think you must select that. You've just disabled the other one. Click on the Unix. Yes, so it will show. So now there's a plus. So leave that part. Yeah. Can you see the plus? Yes, select the plus. So now what we're doing is we want to see what's under the data set. So there's a create a new connection. So you need to select that, right? And you write MTM, yes, master mainframe 2020. Right, enter. Then it says enter your IP address. So guys, just also to make you understand that this IP address is the same for everyone, but also you'll find it on your PDF documents. So you can write https:// yes 192.86.32.153.53 and then a colon. So now we're putting the port. The port is 10.443. 443. Yes, enter. So yeah, so now it's once your username. Remember that username that you wrote down?
Yeah.
That's it. So now that you've closed it, we have to restart again. Remember, you had to write it down on paper. So that's fine because I'm sure other people didn't get the IP address. So we'll have to start again. So where did you write your username and password?
Copy.
Where did you write it on paper?
Yeah, on my paper.
Okay, cool. So we'll do it again. Now we have to restart because I think you closed it by you clicking somewhere else. So go to dataset. There's a plus, yes. So this is good for other people that didn't see what we did in the beginning. So it says create a new connection. So you select that and enter. And then it's asking us for a connection name, MTM 2020. Enter. Now it's asking us for an IP address. So what I'll ask you now to do is I'll call it out for you, but before you enter, you won't be able to. So if someone can write this down and put it on chat, that's okay. I'll do it. It's fine. So let me give you so it's https, right? Colon / so 2/192.86.32.153 colon 10.443. Let me just check if you're doing it right. So it's https colon / 192.86.32.153 colon, not a question mark. Can you see? There's a colon next to the 153. Remove that 10 and a question mark. No, so it's a colon. So it's like two full stop, just like the one that you did in the beginning. Yes, 10.443. Thank you. Great. So I'll also share this on the chat for everyone else. Enter. Right. Now it's asking you for your username. Your username should be written on the paper. So it's Z0, and then you carry on. Yes. Is that it? Then enter. Now your password. Enter. So you select false, right? So you want to accept any self-signed certificates. And even here, you just select enter, you put enter. So click on enter here too, enter. Enter. Great. So can you see now it has data sets? So if you have, it's actually put some stuff there. So now we want to open those data sets. So if you click, so can you see, wait. So can you see that MTM 2020 that you have there? So if you select it, yes. So there's a magnifying glass, right? That search thing, right? So select it. Then you put your username. Select it. Is it selected? So that's go to MTM.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. And then write your username. That's Z0 something. Yes, enter. So it should start showing stuff inside once it's done, right? So once it's done calling them, you see yours was successful. It called all of them. So guys on the chat, I know you're quite shy, even responding on chat, but let me know if you're having some errors or issues just getting your data sets, because now we're carrying on from here, right? So this, well, they say it takes you an hour to do, to complete this level, but we are at the last one, right? We're completing one, we at step 9. So what we're doing now is we go to that Unix, can you, Unix, can you see that Unix at the bottom? So there's data sets, then there's Unix, and then there's jobs. Can you see it? Scroll down. No, not there. Yes, there. Yes. So there's a plus there. Click on that plus. So you'll just select that MTM 2020 because you already created it, and it should call it from there, right? And you do the same for jobs. Can you see jobs below? Yes. Do the same thing. Great. Well done. So we're done with the first one, right? So now we go to the MTM challenges, or on the browser, on your browser where you were looking at your challenges and completing them. So you can see that you are now on level 2. So now we'll go through level 2. The MTM website, it's not showing. I don't know if you're showing, you're sharing only a specific application instead of sharing your screen. I'm not sure. So right now we can only see your virtual studio. Yes.
Let me share that screen.
Okay, cool. So I know you guys are shy or quiet, but can you let us know on chat, how's it going? Are you able to follow? Is there anything that's you're finding a challenge right now? So there's level 2. Can you see level 2? So select level 2, because now we're going through level 2. So in level 2, there's you select the first one, 1.0. Can you see it? It's the first one. Yes, open that one. Did you select it? Okay, cool. So here what it's saying is you'll be asked to submit jobs, and it's showing you what you'll need to submit and so forth, right? So it's just instructions. So you just go to the end and say thank you, great, you understand, and then close it. And then you go to the next one.
Should I close this one or should I accept?
Accept, yes, accept.
Mhm.
So now you're opening level, can't see your screen. Okay, cool. Now you're doing 2.1. Can you see? Yes. So even if you go on this one, it also has instructions. So now they want you to do more stuff on your, remember they are telling you that you need to submit for them to see. So now there's instructions there for you to do. Can you see? Grab the challenge instructions here, and then you right click. So guys, you'll be following instructions from here. So you download that PDF again. Right, then you can open it and work through it by yourself. But I will also instruct you here. So this is also 60 minutes. So let's go to our virtual studio. So guys, remember, you can always go through these challenges by yourself. But for me, me having 2 hours for this, I go through it quicker, because I know what to look for. And also some of the instructions are just telling you or making you understand how to work on Virtual Studio, which you can do by yourself. You don't need any instructors. So let's go to the Virtual Studio. So now they want us to submit. Remember, in the first instructions, they were telling us that we'll need to submit some work, right? So you go to the data set. Can you see the data set, the one that we've been working on for a while now? Right, so there's a plus. Cool. And then we're putting our username. Username, and then dot work. So a full stop, work. Yeah, full stop. Oh, sorry, comma. MTM 2020 dot full stop public dot JCL. Enter. So now can you see what it has given us? It has given us different data sets compared to the ones that we had before. So if you go to the one written JCL, can you see that one? Your username, and then this JCL, or just scroll down and look at, can you see it? So it's first your username, then it's your username with inputs, then it's the one that has JCL. Can you open that one? Yeah, that one, JCL. Open it. Yeah. Scroll down, let's see. Okay, just want to find out what. It didn't open your public. It didn't open your publics. Remember where, I don't know, can you just close the MTM? Can you see the browser? Yes, just close it now. Let's do it again. Okay, so now let's do the public. Open the magnifying glass again. That's search, remember that search? Yes. So now let's do MTM. Yeah. MTM dot public. So a full stop public dot JCL. Enter. Did you put enter? Yes. So let's see if it opens the correct one. So it should be searching. Open it, let's see. Yes, now it's searching. Yes, now it's going to find it. Yeah. Open it. So remember what we want to submit the CHK. So that's what we're looking for, that data set CHK, for them to see that we were able to go through all the steps. Can you open it again? Let's see. Yes, there it is. Can you see CHK? So if you right click, there's submit job. Can you see submit job? Enter. Yes. So we've done all the parts when it comes to this document that we're opening, and we've submitted the job that they wanted us to do. So what I'll ask you to do is go back to your browser again, your MTM. I want to do this last step, and then we'll start doing the community cloud. So you can just close this. Great. So now you go to, so we've done the prototypes. It should have been, it's still there, right? Did you update?
Should I refresh?
Yes, please. Yeah. So select 2.2. Scroll down. So here also it's telling you about stuff, but there's also an instruction that you have to select. Can you see the instructions there? Grab instruction challenge here. Yes. And then you download the PDF. So you've downloaded the PDF, and then we are going through the documents, right? So I'll guide you again, same thing that I've been doing. So while I'm guiding you, I just want to share the links for the guys on the chat. Remember, I mentioned that there's different training that we have on the academic. And then I said, if you want to do a master mainframe stuff, or maybe get more information, there are also links there. So I've shared a few links that you can go to. But for me, the most one that I like the most is the academic one, because you can do any other courses and you get a badge, right? So now let's go to Virtual Studio. I'll then direct you again. We are running out of time, and I am hoping that we will complete this, right? So we go to Virtual Studio. So now we want to open our, so if you go to that, so remember we're working on the public rights data set. I don't know if you understood what we're doing. So every time I said, please search, and then maybe write mtn public.jcl, we were just opening the data sets for public. And then when we just wrote our user ID, then we're opening data sets on our ID. So we'll do the same thing now. We'll just open the ones for our ID. So you go to that magnifying glass next to MTM. Yes, and then you just write your ID, your user ID. So it should be there already. And then just select it. Right, enter. So once it opens, right? So now they're just telling you on this document, they're telling you how to go about doing playing favorites and adding stuff. What we'll be doing here is copying a document for data sets from one to the next, and then we'll then submit and see what actually happens here. So it's just showing you that even on mainframe working in the background, we can do easy queries, and you will see the results. So if you scroll down under your username, there's the work. Can you see your username? This side on the left, there's your username, and there's one written work. So there's a star next to it, right? Can you see that star? So we want to put a star, not that one, under work, not that one. Sorry, scroll down. The one written work. Scroll down. Yes, at the bottom. Yes, put the star there because we wanted to show. If you scroll up, there's favorites. So it should show there under favorites. So just open that MTM. Yes, open it. So now there's to just remove the other one because we don't want to be confused. So now we have our username and work. That's our favorite, right? And so we'll be copying stuff from something else and putting it under our work, right? So let's go to MTM again. So let me just make this clear. Remember before we said we have different data sets and under that MTM 2020. So in the beginning, we like right now, just go back to the virtual studio. Go back to the virtual studio.
Yeah, 1 second.
Okay, cool. So when we go back to our virtual studio, you'll see every time we write a username, we're calling a different data set. Every time we call our public, we're calling a different data set. So what we did right now is we called our username and then we looked for a particular data set. We made it our favorite. So every time they ask us to copy and paste onto it, it's always there. We don't have to go back and call it and do all those things. So now we're going back to this data set and under MTM, so not the favorite one, just the one below, right? Yes, that one. Yes, the magnifying glass, right? And then we're writing MTM 2020.public. It should be there because you've been doing it so many times. You can put a star, right? So you can just say all of them. So that's star. So, okay, that's fine. You can also do that. Enter. So open that public. Scroll down. So on the document, it will let you know what you need to do. So it will tell you, go to this data set and then copy this document from there to that, right? So can you see that PDS part 1? Scroll up. There's PDS. I can't see it here. Wait, scroll down a bit. That's because remember we were calling public a star meaning infinity. So everything under public should show, but I think you selected PDS.jcl. Can you see that? So what we need to do is scroll up a bit. Scroll up, yes. So go to that MTM, that magnifying glass, yes, magnifying glass. So write MTM 2020 public, yes, and a star on your laptop. Your star is like an for me it's shift 8, right? Yes, enter. So it mustn't default to the JCL. I think it's defaulting to the JCL for you, but let's see what happens.
Should I try it again?
Yes, please. Yeah, let's try it again. So when you're entering, make sure that you're not selecting that JCL one. Yeah. So let's try it again. 2020.public. Yeah, and then a star. Full stop star. Yes. Enter. Oops. No. Full stop star. Enter. Yes. I think it should be fine now. Let's just give it a few moments to load. Yes. Great. Thank you. So these are the things that are going to happen to anyone where it just ends up selecting the next one instead of selecting the one that you want, right? So now it's showing all these things that are there, and so we want to go to the one that's written input. because we're looking for the, can you see that? Yes, that one. We're looking for that PDS. Just open it, don't make it favorites. Open it, scroll down. We're looking for, yes, there it is. Remember that PDS part 1? Yes. So they want us to copy this data set into our work. If you did click on your work data set, you'll see it's empty. So you just right click now. We want to copy this. Copy. Go scroll up. Go to your favorites. Go to your MTM work. So just remove that. Yeah. Right click. Paste. And just open it. Let's see if it's there. Under your work. Your username work there. Yes. So we just pasted there, right? Did we?
Oh, yeah, we did.
Okay, just refresh. Just close it again and open it. It should be fine. Or refresh all, it's fine. So what will happen because you refresh all, the other one would have been lost. So right click or close it down. Can you see that? Yeah, open it now. Open it. Right click and paste again. Let's see. Under work. Under work. So you write. You actually
It's
write.
not
Here.
giving me the option.
So if you right click, it does not give you anything.
No, not right now. Not for pasting.
Okay, cool. So that's fine. Let's do it again. So go to the MTM. Open. Remember now it's lost. I don't think we'll see public because we refresh, meaning now MTM. Oh, great. Still showing. Scroll down. Go to that input. Open. Go to the PDS part 1. Can you see it? Select it. Is it selected? Yes. Right click. Copy. So even if you look at it at the side, can you see, guys, on the side, it has a recipe, all these things about, things, the ingredients that you need for your recipe, and then scroll up to work. So you go into your favorites and yeah, right click there, not there, on the actual work. Yes, select it. Yes. Paste. And just close it again and open it. Yes. Paste, yeah. Okay, cool. It's fine. I'm just trying to understand what's going on. So just remove the work there, the inputs. Can you see the favorites where you put in the public? Just remove it there. And let's just refresh again. Refresh. And then let's paste it again and see. So guys, is everyone actually having the same problem? Because it normally does paste there because there shouldn't be any problem with just copying and pasting. Okay, let's do it again. Just let's go back because I think we made it a favorite there. So it's showing twice. So let's go back to that input and look for that PDS part 1. Or let's do part 2 because we'll do the same thing for both. So scroll down. Yeah, and the input. Yes. So there's a PDS part 2. If you scroll down. Yes. Right click. Copy. Yes. Select it. I think you're not selecting it. Select work first. Yeah. Yes. Right click. Paste. Mm-hmm. You know what's happening on the side? I don't know with your laptop. Something is happening that is a bit weird for me. So I don't know. Let's just wait for a second because doing the same thing for us is not working, obviously. So every time, what I've been seeing is every time you're trying to put some information, even on the side, it's you know, when you are searching for stuff. So for some reason, it's selecting it's not copying or pasting. If you notice, every time you select there on the side, remember when we're adding new data sets or opening a new data set on the side, and it will access for information. So that's what's happening on the side too. So I don't
Yeah.
know. Okay, you saw that too, yeah. So I think maybe I don't know. I don't know. It's either your tab or your mouse is just selecting everything at the same time instead of doing the right thing. So let me, because we're running out of time, we have 30 minutes. So guys, you just saw what we did. So what they asked you to do here, it's unfortunate that the person that is helping us, a laptop does, it's just, you see obviously over here on the side, now it's writing, oh, name the data set member. Yes, so you need to name it, right? PDS. So which one did you copy right now? PDS part 2 or part 1? 2, okay, right? Part, as in PART, is a 2, yeah. Okay, enter. Let's see, it should show now because you need to name it. Name it again. What are you pasting there again? PDS. So make it all capital letters, PDS. Part, is it part 1 or part 2? Okay, enter. Yes, yes, good. Great. So let's do the same thing for part 1, because I was going to be like explaining this as IT students. You know, someone explaining something, you don't get it. It's better if you see it or you do it and understand it. Now do the same thing. Right click, paste. So write part, PDS part 1, enter. Yes. Great. So now we've done part 1 and part 2. So just go and open those part 1 and part 2 from the work and see what's in there. I want you to show you what will happen then, right? What's in there. So it's just the ingredients for the first one. And in the second one, now they're talking about the instructions, right? For the ingredients. So if we go to our public JCL, so remember we're using the public out input. So scroll down. So remember we're using that tab for the input. So now we're using the JCL. So just open that. Open. Yes, and then you'll see that PDS cat. So we're copying that, right? We're doing the same thing. So here they're just teaching us how to copy and paste data sets. Right click, copy, go to our work, paste. Yes. So we want to name it also. So it's public, it's PDS 1, C for cat, and then cat. The word cat, yeah. Enter. Right. So can you just open all of those under work, open everything? So if you open the last one that we just did, right? So remember I asked you to open part 1 and part 2. If you open the last one, you'll see it's giving instructions. So it's saying take part 1 and part 2 and put it as a document, one document. So to add both of them. So if we submit the last one, right, the PDS cat, so right click and submit. Remember how you submit your jobs? submit, right click, submit. Yes. Then if we go to, right, so now it's submitted, right? So if you go under work, so sorry, scroll down under your, scroll down, yes, output. So you're looking for output. Remember we did JCL, then we did input, now we're looking for output. Open the output one. Scroll down. There's nothing there. So what can you see the results under PDS CAT first? Let's go there first. Go under your work. So we need to close. Remember we saw what the CDS. So if we close the work, close it and open it. That, yeah, and open it. Now it should give us the results. Remember we submitted. Can you see an output? Yes, open it. So what do you think will be there? So now it's showing you everything. So it's adding the part 1 and the part 2. So they just want you to understand that you the last document was giving instructions to both calling the first one and the second one, right? And then you get the results, right? And then they want you to rename it. So now it's a full recipe. Remember, the first part was something else, and the second part was something else, right? It was part of the first part was the ingredients, some instructions, and then the second one was the actual instruction. So now they want you to rename the output, the PDS output. Can you see it? There's a pen next to it, or even if you right click. So you're renaming it on the yes, right click, and there's the word rename. Yes. So you write it as recipe because it's a full recipe. Great. I'm so happy that yours worked here. And I was a bit worried when it started giving us some errors. So what I can tell you is if you go to your MTM going forward, everything will link back to this, right? You need to understand the basics, how to submit. You understand how to submit, how to copy. You now understand how to copy, and what is the actual document doing. So inside the document, what is the instructions there? So if you open the PDS CAT, it was telling you that it will take part 1 and part 2 and join them together. So it's you understanding what the virtual studio is doing and using the mainframe, what is actually happening in the background, right? So now I want you, so if you carry on with the levels, so if you go back to the levels, we'll see, let's just go back to master mainframe, on the browser. You'll see we've completed some, right? Well, actually most, and there's just a few that is left. I know they say it's 16 minutes each, but some are just for you to understand it much better, especially just browsing around Virtual Studio if you've never used it before. So we've completed this part, 2.2. So what I want us to do is do the fun stuff. I know we have a few minutes left, but I'm hoping that we create a virtual our web page and also get to play a game. So if we're quick enough, we can do those things. So let's go. So here you can see you'll have to do 2.3, 2.4, and obviously the other. It's just that I can't see it at the bottom. Can you just scroll down a bit? Yeah. So then there's 2.5, and then 2.6, and then the last one. Then there's 2.7, right? And so those are all the challenges that you'll be doing. And so most of them are doing the same thing. It's just that you'll be doing exactly the same thing or building on top. So then the JCL, can you see that we're talking about JCL? Remember now we were using the data set tab. So then you'll be using the jobs tab. You saw we have three tabs on our virtual studio. We have data sets, then we have Unix, then we have jobs. So we'll be, if it has JCL, it means it's directing you to the jobs tab, and the USS, it's directing you to the Unix, right? And you'll be doing exactly the same thing, just obviously a bit of a challenge. So for the JCL, it will then want you to find a secret. So if you look at any of the documents, the PDF documents that we've been downloading, you will see there's a Slack channel. So if you have any questions, or maybe you don't understand how to do this, you go to the Slack channel, someone has asked the same question, and you'll find solutions or hints there. So there's assistance all the time. There's also a Twitter handle. I don't know or understand Twitter, but if you go to that hashtag master the mainframe, you should be able to so yeah, please show them the Slack channel. Scroll down a bit, Ama. Yes. So there's a dot. Can you see it? Yes, there's a Slack. Want to talk? There's join Slack. So you have to install Slack for yourself, and then you use that link, and you'll find solutions or hints on some of the challenges that someone has already gone through too, right? And also use the Twitter handle if you want to, whichever one you feel comfortable with. And then so now I want us to do maybe create a web page before our time runs out. So can you go to this link? Let me just share it on the browser. So this is one of the challenges that are in there, but I think it's very nice for us to do it together and understand it, or maybe with some help, right? Rather than when you're doing it, I think it's a bit of a challenge also.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So go to I'll share the link just now. So there's we want to now what we would want to do is create a virtual machine on a Linux community cloud. So I did mention in my presentation that I manage one here in South Africa and there's one here and one in the US. And so you get a virtual machine from there, and then so it's for Linux, right? If you want to learn anything Linux, or maybe you know of a few open source products and you want to run them, your Docker, your Sparks, you name it, you can run it on this community cloud. So go on your browser and just Google developer or www.developer. Let me just write it on the chat also. Developer dot IBM/Linux1. Let's try that one. And then it should send you to, so it's www.developer.ibm Linux1 LINUX1. So LINUX, there's a 0 there, ESX, and the word 1, 0, sorry, ONE, enter. Oops. www. It could not be found. Okay. Let's see. I have a quicker one, just that it's not showing. Developer, the next one. Okay, so it's not www. It's HTTPS. So just remove the www and write HTTPS. Yes, and remove the www. So it's HTTPS :/ yeah, like that. Enter.
Hello. We've lost Phila, waiting for her to join back. Please wait, guys.
I'm not. Did you still? You sorry guys, I lost some connection there. Did you still use the HTTPS and it gave you this link? Remove the www. Yes. Yes. Enter. Now it should be fine. Yeah. Okay. Go to the chat. Because for me, it's I just tested out now. Okay, just go to Google and just search developer Linux 1 IBM. Mm-hmm. There it is. Yeah, the first one. Okay. So if you scroll down, so here we have materials for you, your code patterns, tutorials if you don't understand how to go about doing stuff on Linux, and so forth, right? So scroll down, so you'll see what we'll do today, looking at time in 15 minutes, hopefully, or maybe helping you set up. We should be able to get to some point. So scroll down. So there's, if you wanted to try out OpenShift, I'm sure you guys have heard that, scroll up a bit. You've heard that we bought the Red Hats. So now we have all these, environment for you. So we're doing the second one where it says try virtual machine on Linux One Community Cloud. Can you see that one? The one on top, not the DevOps or the OpenShift. We do, yes, great. Select that. So you have all the materials here, your code patterns of instructions for you to follow if you wanted to maybe understand. Let's say they want you to install your Spark. I have documents that I've created there if you wanted to install Spark and so forth. So here is just applications where you just put your information and so forth, so you can get access to creating your own virtual machine. So organization rights, your university, maybe. In description, you write MTM. Yes. And scroll down. You ignore the event code and scroll down and register. Register your trial. Great. So you'll get an email that says you need to activate it. Can you just go to your emails and check? There's a link that you should have. So are you checking your emails because we can't see? Amma, are you checking your emails? Yes. Oh, great. Sign in. Yes, great. So guys, we'll be a bit fast here. I'm sorry, I'm not going to be a bit slow because we left with less than 15 minutes. We have, so we're creating a virtual machine. So if you click on develop, learn, it will take you to documents that will teach you how to go about doing stuff. What we're doing here is we're creating a virtual machine so we're creating a piece of a Linux machine. So we want to have a Linux machine for ourselves. So you could get Fedora, Debian on your laptop, but these are enterprise, meaning it's what companies out there are using. So the processing power is amazing. Security features allows you to even run your blockchain applications on it. So we click on manage instances. Can you see manage instances? So there's a view guide. Amma, I'm not seeing you select. So there's manage instances next to virtual service. So just here under service category, yes. Even if you click there, it's the same thing. Okay, cool. So we're creating a virtual machine. You click on create. So your instance name can be test or whatever you feel like writing.
Sorry, what? Test.
Test, yeah. And then you select, and for this example, we'll select RHEL 8.2. So you have slares, you have RHEL. So in enterprise Linux, you'll find then flavor, you only have one, so you select that one. So this is the CPU that you get, the security and memory for your machine. And then the key is your fingerprint to your virtual machine. Without that key, no one can access your virtual machine. So you click on create key. So remember I told you that when it comes to Linux, you can get Linux on your machine with Fedora. So you can name your key anything, maybe write IBM key. Then click on create key pair. So we're creating one. Make sure that you save it, especially if you are using Windows, even Mac, but so save it. It should show, then select that key. Can you see now it's showing? No, don't open it. So can you see now, wait, can you see where it says select as SSH key pair? Now it has put the key pair there. Yeah, select it. No, select it. Just close this again. Okay, so can you see, select the one that is written IBM key, the one you just created. Yes. Now, so guys, you name your key, your instance name, you select an image, you need to select a RHEL 8.2, you select a flavor and your key. So if you've done all four, then your create button should be activated. So you click on create. Great. So now to start installing or creating that key. So while it's still installing that key and giving you an IP, just go to your browser, open another tab. We're installing Putty. I don't know if you already have Putty. Do you already have Putty installed? Putty. Yeah, so you select the first one. Yes. Yes. So you select Putty, the first one, and start installing. And then you choose the bits, how many bits your laptop has. Is it installing? Yes. So once it's done, so open it once it's done.
Can you see?
No, we can't see your Putty, your installation. So you got just set it up. It should be fine. But I'm hoping that we left with 8 minutes that we get to do our our web page quickly, and then maybe playing a game. You guys can do it by yourself.
Can you see it right now?
Yeah, just close that text. So now, is it opening?
No, let me try again.
Okay, we'll wait for you. Should be fine.
Can you see the configuration?
Yes, yes. So let's start with the other one. We want to open party key generator. So just close this one.
Okay.
So if you go to your start button and you write party, you'll find something called gen, party GN.
Yeah.
Yeah, open that one.
It's not given the option to share the screen with Petty Key
So
Generator.
does it allow you to share your screen, just your whole screen, not like specifying which application you want? Does it allow you to share your desktop or your screen, just your screen?
Yeah. Is this one?
Yes. Well, yeah, great. So you click on file. So guys, if you saw on your you remember where you logged in, right? And you saw there's a view guide. You can follow all these instructions by yourself. It's just easier to for us to do it now. Load key, private key, because people do find errors and because they didn't understand the documents well, or maybe there's just something else there. So now it's looking for PPK. So select all files. Can you see there where it says file name? Yes, all files. So we should be looking under documents, because I think that's where we saved our private key. Remember the private key that we created? Yes, that one. Select it and then open it. Yes, select. Yes, great. And then now we at the bottom it says a type of key to generate. We select SSH -1 at the end. Yeah, that one. Great. Then we make sure that the most important thing is obviously selecting SSH -1, but the next one is saving it as private key. If you save it as public key, it always gives you an error, right? So save it as private key because it is your key, not anyone's key. Then you just write yes. So here it's saying you want to save it and put a passphrase, which is like a password, and we don't want to do that. So now we're renaming it, because so what we've been doing here is just taking the key that we created. So what the system does is create a key using a format for Linux and Mac users. So it doesn't necessarily support, that key doesn't support Windows. So what we are doing here is just changing the formats to PPK. So you can name it the same thing, shouldn't be a problem. IBM key. Yeah, cool. Yes, and then save. So it now save it as a PPK instead of a PM. So close it. Close this one. We're done with this. So now we're going to open our party configurator. Remember the one that you opened in the beginning? So we're opening that one. So I was trying to mention with regards to Linux, you can have Fedora on your laptop and Debian and so forth. So now we're trying to access it. So Amma, what I'll be directing you towards is the one on the left, right? So you see categories, and at the bottom, so we're starting from the bottom up until the end. So we'll open the SSH. So there's a plus sign next to SSH. SSH. There's a plus, yeah, open that plus. Click on the plus, yes. There's auth. Just click on the word auth, A-U-T-H. The word auth, just select auth. Select it. Select the word. So just select the word, yes, yes, yes. So now it says browse. Can you see browse on the side? So we're looking for that key that we just saved. I don't know where you saved it. I think we saved it under documents. So that should be fine. Where did you save it? Under documents. Go to documents. Documents. Download. Sorry, downloads. There it is, right? Open. Yeah, so we're just calling it, and then we go to under connection. Can you see on the side under categories? There's connection, there's data. Up there, yes, click on data. Click on data, yes. So there it's asking you for a login username. You write Linux 1, the word Linux, and 1, the number 1. Yes. So that's your username. So on Linux, people will have root access, but they're giving you a username, or a user that has different privileges to root, because they don't want you to do stuff that will damage the system. So scroll up. You see there's a taskbar on under categories. Scroll up. Yes. So can you see sessions? The first one at the top. Yes. Select it. Then now they want the host name. So where you'll find your host name is on your browser. Remember where we are creating our virtual machine? On our browser. Go to your browser. We can't see.
Sorry, which one?
Your browser where we are creating our virtual machine. Remember where we went to that link and we started creating a virtual machine. So if you go to your browser, you should find it there. So let's go to your browser. I'll direct you from your browser. Your search engine. Yeah, so the next tab, the one for Linux 1, where you logged in. Yes, this one. Can you see the IP address? Can you see your IP address? Yes, so you copy your IP address. So what we're doing here is we're connecting our virtual machine that we created. They're giving us the IP address, so we don't know what to do with that IP address. So we're using Party to join or log into our. So what we want to do, wait here, is make sure that we save this session, right? So right under save session, we want to write Linux 1. Can you see that? And then we click on save, because we don't want to do all this every time we need to log out or log in, because that could be tedious. And just remembering all those steps is just, takes some time. Save, click on save on the side. Yes, so now open it. Click on open at the bottom. Can you see open at the bottom? So every time you want to load this, you just select Linux 1 and load. So it should open. Did it open a terminal? We're not seeing a screen right now. So I think you shared only the person here.
Well, it says the service host key is not cached on the registry.
So I need to see, can I see that please? Maybe.
Sure, yeah. Can you see it now? Hello?
Yes. Also now it's giving you some instructions about your key, the fact that it's private, and you just select yes. So just the security, right? Saying that key that you have, it's private. Now it says welcome to Linux 1, which is amazing, right? So now we were able to access our virtual machine, right? So now you're working on actual Linux. So what I'll do is on the chat, yeah, it's a bit of a problem from my side, is what we're doing now on our virtual machine, we are going to be installing or creating our own web page. I don't know if anyone on the chat has ever created a web page before using HTML. Have you? No? Yes? So we'll use these codes. So write sudo text editor, right? And then we'll.
Hello? We've lost Phila again. She'll join us back in a jiffy, I guess.
Sorry.
Hey,
Sorry, I
welcome
lost
back.
yeah, sorry, I lost some connection there. So I just wanted to find out. Sorry, I don't know. I thought on my side something went wrong. I just want to find out from the host if they don't mind giving me 5 minutes to do the web page, and then we'll stop there.
Yeah, sure, we can do it.
Okay, cool. Okay, thank you. Sorry about this. So on the chat, guys, did you see? I wrote sudo yam. So if you can copy those links, did you see that, or must I copy it again and paste it there? So what you can do, Amma, is write sudo yam install sudo.
I'm sorry, should I write this in the browser?
Yeah, so you're writing it on the actual terminal where you are right now.
Okay.
So sudo do space yam. So I'm assuming that space install, the word install space nano. So on Linux, right, when you're working on it, enter. When you're working on it, you write, so install is obviously saying install, so command not found. Okay, cool. So let me just copy all the other links and put it on the browser, so on the chat, so we don't have to go back and forth for those that are on chat, or maybe for them to wait for us, which will take some time because we don't have enough time anymore. So I'll just copy it again. So now we're writing sudo yam. I'll explain what we're doing, so you won't just feel like you're just writing these things down and you don't even know what you're doing. So I will just type it there. Yes, I'll be a bit quicker than I would have, because we are running out of time, but you will understand what we're doing. Okay, cool. So let's start with the first one. I've shared it on the chat. So what we are doing with the first one that I said you must do, I said sudo yam install nano. So for Linux, if you wanna, install stuff, they want you to make sure that you are actually serious about doing it before you obviously install stuff on your laptop that you didn't want to install. So they actually use sudo. Sudo is a privilege that allows you to install stuff, and then yam is for Red Hat. So if you are using Ubuntu, you're going to say apt. So you have Ubuntu, SUSE, and Red Hat that are distributors for Linux. So they all created their own Linux. And for those that probably don't even know what Linux is you have right now using your Windows, that's an operating system. But then there was a guy that created his own operating system, and he wanted it to be open source, meaning everyone can use it, install it, and start using it. But open source doesn't mean free. So if you needed the support, then you pay whichever company you'll be installing that software from. So your Red Hat, you then pay Red Hat, right? So right now we're using RHEL, which is from Red Hat. So if you're using Slash, we're going to be using SUSE and Ubuntu from obviously Ubuntu, right? And then we're installing Nano. So Nano is an editor, right? So if you want to write anything, then you want to edit that. So we're trying to install that Nano. So right now what we're installing is a sudo yam install httpd. So that's correct, httpd dot 39690x. So guys, it's also on the chat. I've shared it on the chat. X for, I can't see your screen properly. X, yeah, you didn't put the X. Put an X, enter. So what we're installing there is obviously HTTP, but we are asking it from, for 3990X, that's a mainframe, right? So it's a word that Linux people use for a mainframe. So we're installing that, and it's giving you some errors. HTTPD. S. Oh, we missed an S. So just so on Linux, if you want to call back, so don't write it again. Wait. So remove all that. So if you use your up button on your tabs on your keyboard, you know there's an up button. Yes. So go to the next one. I'm sure it will show the 360. Yes. So so we put an S in front of that 3. So I missed the S. So it's S390X. S. So it's S390X. Yes, enter. You see, start installing everything that we need, right? And that's what we wanted, right? So we're wanting it to, so install means we're wanting it to install stuff from the, from what we've been calling it, right? So we're asking for Apache, a web browser, a web server to start installing. So we wanna enable Apache, so we'll write sudo. So it writes yes first, why? So it's asking us if you wanna, so write y first, sorry. So can you see here it says, is it okay? Is this okay? So it's telling you how many data it will use, and I make sure that this is not a lot of data. So write enter, hit enter. So I've made sure that this shouldn't be a lot. So I told you that it's 5.9 M, right? So now we can write sudo. So we want to start our Apache, the one we'll be using for our web page. So write sudo. And then write space Apache. Sorry, Apache, APA, CHE, CTL, and the word starts, right? So there, what we're doing is we want to start our Apache, space, and start. Enter, yeah, space, start, yeah, enter. Right, and then now we want to make sure that everything is there, config and stuff. So sudo again. And then we want to write chk. So we want to look at the config and stuff. Config, con. There's no space. I just remove the space. So unfortunately, you can't. Yeah, config, space. There's a G. The config, space, HTTP, D, space, on. The word on, ON. Enter. Right. Notes. Okay. And then now we want to look at the status. Sudo, right? Sudo. Right. And then Apache, just the way you wrote it in the beginning. And then write status. Right. There's a space, status. Apache with the CTL and then status. Yes, enter. Enter. Remove the S. There's an S. Yeah, status, enter. Right. So it's telling you that it's available, it's running. Can you see there's an active there? So now we want to create our you know, we want to create a file, right? So we'll first write create the file, right? We want to create the file and then go to that file. So if you write someone is saying, okay, time's over. So guys, we'll stop there. I'll just write on the chat the things that we need to carry on. And then so what we are doing, so for me the main thing is that you were able to be comfortable working on the terminal here. So this is Linux, right? And so the document will show you how there's just 2 steps that are left for you to create your web browser, and you can access your web browser. And then after that, then you also shows you how to install a game. And I think I explained the most important stuff when it comes to your you know, working on Linux, or how to navigate through it, right? So the document will then show you how to add those 2 things that are left for you to create your browser, and how you'll understand what you've been doing on your browser, and you'll be able to do it, right? And then create your game. So thank you for everyone who have been here, and for your time. We're sorry that it did go a bit of time. Oh, it actually did go 15 minutes over time. I'm sorry about that. I guess with a lot of technical issues here from my side. And if you have any questions, you can find me on LinkedIn and we can chat. Or maybe you're looking we've completed level 1 or level 2 and you got your badge. Maybe now you're looking for employment or maybe some recognition from other people. Then you can always tag me so other people can see you. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Phila. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Amma, for being lovely, allowing me to share your screen. And that was great. I hope to see you one day so I can give you those goodies. And thank you. You were just amazing.
Yeah, me too.
Bye.
Same here. Also, it's
Oma. Okay. Thank you. Sorry, I've been pronouncing your name wrong. And it's, sorry? Can you just
UMAM.
Umam, send me an email so we can connect when I'm that side. Thank you for
Sure.
Great.
Most welcome. Thank you so much for your time, Phila.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Umam.